Hey, Save Jersey. This is Frank Luna coming at you with another episode of Speaking Frankly. After the tragedy in Parkland, I spent a lot of time reflecting and talking to people with a bunch of different views and opinions on the issue of gun violence. And I want to start off by saying I just feel the utmost sympathy for these families of the victims, for the children who were in the school and survived the attacks, and just the entire community and really our country, because it's a devastating situation down there, and I can only imagine what those kids and families are going through. And the unfortunate thing that we've seen in the immediate aftermath is people of differing viewpoints on gun violence and gun control and gun safety are just kind of standing in their corners pointing fingers at each other instead of addressing real solutions. And there's some people in the media and on the left that want to tell us that the only form of acceptable quote-unquote gun control is a gun ban on specific weapons. And I'll tell you this right now, that's a fine position for them to have. But if you talk to folks who are really familiar with guns and what they're capable of, they'll tell you that you can cause the same carnage in similar amount of time with a handgun as you can with something like an AR-15. And the AR-15 is kind of the bad guy. It's what you see in movies and video games. And it's a difficult conversation to have when people can't get past that point, because there are some things that any NRA member, any gun person will be okay with, that will help stop this violence. And, that includes tougher background checks. It's absolutely vital and important to get that done. We need better security in schools, and it's not just necessarily armed personnel, but infrastructure improvements that can be made in certain areas to make certain schools safer. And you talk about mental health. There's a great program down in Stafford Township, near where I'm from, that's partnering social workers with law enforcement. They're addressing mental health needs in real time, and that's something that's important. We got to take a look at this stuff, too, from the federal government in a few studies. And I generally can't stand government studies because I don't think they're very effective. But this is an area where we need more data. We need more scientific research. We got to find out the causes and effects and ways that we can make this stuff work. And the one thing that is upsetting in this whole conversation is that people of goodwill can't disagree on certain aspects of this and continue to move forward and find some solutions. And I hope that we can do that. The kids in Parkland deserve it. The victims certainly deserve it. And, those who are willing to cede some ground and come to some common sense solutions will definitely make an impact. So thanks for listening, and I hope to get you guys soon.